Hi everyone and welcome to Inderes TV. NYAB released their Q3 report today, marking its second as a Swedish listed company. With me to talk about it, I have the CEO, Johan Larsson. Nice to have you here, Johan.
Thank you, Jesper.
So to start off with, what are your Q3 key takeaways?
Takeaways must be the fact that we do continuous improvements all over. We have a record high order backlog, 108% up from the comparison period, and that we managed to deliver a 9.5% EBIT margin in the quarter.
Your revenue growth was quite moderate in Q3 compared to the sizable increase in your order backlog, as you mentioned. Could you elaborate a bit on the structure of your order book? And on the other hand, were there any timing issues related to the revenue development?
Yeah, great question. I would say that since year to date, revenue growth is approximately 19%. The growth for the quarter doesn't really show the underlying or ongoing growth. It's mainly due to timing issues. Q3 is the quarter where summer holidays and vacation take place. And this year, due to the choice of our clients, some projects had a week later start or 1 week longer vacation and so on than we would have planned. So that's the main reason why you don't see our ongoing growth in the quarter per se. But it's nothing unusual. Things always happen, and a quarter is quite a short time frame and period to measure things.
I understand. You also mentioned in the report that profitability improvement was mainly because the development of the project mix. Could you give that a little bit more color?
Yeah, it's part of our strategy. Mainly, we have chosen to do a very hard work over the last couple of years in evening out our seasonality. We have quite strong seasons, stronger than most of our competitors or peers, due to our high presence up in the north, where we have quite harsh winter conditions. And we have been able to improve quite good over low season. And I would say that the 9.5% EBIT margin in Q3 isn't something spectacular from a historical point of view. There are room for improvements in that margin as well. We have far from executed perfectly during Q3, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, your order intake has continued to be strong in Sweden during autumn, but how would you describe the demand situation in Sweden from your perspective?
The demand situation are good. We have a strong demand. It's a underlying demand in our addressable markets. A lot needs to be done. A lot of investments need to be taken from society, and there we deliver. So it looks really good. And also worth mentioning that we perform quite well in Finland, who has some slowness, and our addressable market is like shrinking with a couple of % annually for this year and also probably for next year. But we have a better order backlog position when leaving Q3 2024 in Finland than we had in the comparison period. So we're managing it quite fine. Big contributor to that is that we do a lot of cross-border cooperation between Finland and Sweden. And Finland, who has a more volatile economy, it suits quite good when the market is hot in Sweden to have a lot of Finnish skills, engineers and so on that are participating in Swedish projects.
I understand. You recently published an order regarding Uppsala tramway project phase 1 together with ASVI. Could you elaborate a little bit more about the structure of the project and the possibilities regarding phase 2, which is significantly larger?
Yeah, I really don't want to comment too much about that since it's a ongoing tender, since it's under public procurement. You have these 10 days överprövningstid. But the first phase is more like engineering, planning, projecting work. And usually the first phase leads to that you have a very favorable position, and in most cases end up with phase 2. So that will naturally be our goal.
In the report, you mentioned that you have noticed some challenges regarding larger investments within the ongoing green transition due to the focus have shifted more to lowering risk and on a financial viability. But at the same time, you said this can be regarded as a healthy development trend, as you see this have possible effects on NYAB's addressable markets. Could you elaborate what you mean by this?
Yeah, but it's just common sense, really. It's been a quite hot market. Maybe a little too many projects has gotten financing and the money has been allocated to these projects and so on. And the only thing that helps us reducing carbon oxide emissions will be to do the right sort of projects. And I think it's quite positive that the market matures and that the right type of projects get financing.
Related to this, how do you see Skarta Energy's outlook, and how could you describe how the strategic review regarding ownership developed recently?
Now it's still like an ongoing review, but what you can say is that it's far from our core business, being like a asset manager, more or less. And the way we view business and using and utilizing NYAB strength is not to be a energy producer selling electricity to the market. So with that said, I mean, we are happy with our cooperation with the other owner, Kapman, and we are happy to provide EPC contract services to this joint venture. And that's where we stand now.
Lastly, like last time, you will get the question, even though it's hard to comment, but how does the M&A market situation currently look? And are there some certain areas that you would like to strengthen via acquisitions?
That's the best question. Unfortunately, as yourself imply in the question or say in the question, I'm not allowed to answer too much, but there are two sort of acquisitions that are very interesting for us. It's either tuck-ins or platform investments. Tuck-ins are on markets where we already have a strong presence and so on, and there we're focusing on smaller targets as tuck-ins and increasing volume quite heavily and improving margins and also supporting our ongoing organic growth. And then you have platform investments, and we haven't made any platform investments since our reverse takeover of the Finnish listed company, Skarta, in 2022. So it will be, the next one will be either one of those. And if it's a platform investment, we're talking about new geographies and so on. And we, at least, we stay very true to our business model, our scalable business model, meaning that growing without increasing risk, which is kind of tricky. But one of those will be the next upcoming. Then we'll see whenever it happens. But that's.
I understand. Interesting. Thank you for taking your time here today, Johan.
Thank you very much.